Some people forget the cameras are always watching, whether it's highly suspicious moments or robbers caught red-handed and shoppers losing their minds. They didn't know a camera was watching them. A simple refund turned into a full-blown scene at a Walmart store. Frustrated over the dispute, a woman climbed straight up onto the checkout counter, slammed the card machine, and started throwing items onto the floor, while stunned shoppers just stood back and watched. This just seems a bit off. It's good they got it on CCTV because the boy wasn't really looking forward to it. This is just downright creepy. I hope he got charged. Even if someone is accused of stealing, should force like this be used on a pregnant woman? What do you think? Things got out of control fast inside this Walmart store. Bodycam footage showed officers struggling to handcuff several women, as one repeatedly cried that she was pregnant. Family members accused the officers of using excessive force, while police worked to take the suspects into custody.
They do my sister, hurt my sister. Let me grab her. Why is that my nephew and my sister?
Back off.
No, get
Back
off
off.
my sister.
No.
Get off my sister.
Back off.
They just hurt my sister. They just jumped my sister is a month pregnant. My sister is pregnant. My sister is pregnant. Let me get my slide.
Saving a few dollars hardly seems worth risking an arrest. A woman was caught swapping price tags at a Walmart self-checkout on July 13th. When employees confronted her, the situation escalated, involving store security.
Don't let me call time with no pain.
I told you. You don't stop. You done now? Oh, you done? You done?
This nigga on top of me. Come here right now. This nigga's on top of me. Come here right now. Come here right now.
Relax.
Ah, get his big ass off of me. Bro, get off of me. I don't want you to leave. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
She should have kept an eye on the counter, not just the mopping. She was just doing her job, cleaning the counter, when two men walked straight up and grabbed her phone off it. By the time she realized what happened and ran after them, they were gone. A normal night shift took a strange turn when a Walmart employee noticed the freezer door suddenly opening and slamming shut on its own. It looked as if an unseen presence was playing with the door.
Clientes. Y híjole. La verdad sí es un poco temeroso. Ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que vean, ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que viniera a ver esto que está pasando. No me cree. Quedó de venir, hasta ahorita no ha venido.
Instead of heading home with gifts, he was heading into custody in the parking lot of a Walmart store in Yakima, Washington. Stealing to provide for the family might come from desperation, but it still doesn't change how the story ends with handcuffs instead of a holiday.
¡Ta madre!
¿Tienes un número de teléfono que yo puedo marcar? Dame un número de tu familiar. Tu nombre no, pero número para hablar con tu familia, señor. Emilio Moreno.
One bottle after another, she just kept smashing them until the whole aisle was flooded with broken glass and wine. Inside a Walmart store in Salem, Massachusetts, shoppers stood back and filmed instead of stepping in, watching the entire shelf get destroyed. Some crimes are spectacularly reckless, but they rarely end the way the criminals hope. A father and son rammed a white BMW into Michael Jones Jewelers in Northampton, England this past December. Wearing masks and armed with a sledgehammer, they smashed display cases, grabbed as much as they could, and sped away. Their plan may have been bold, but it didn't take long for the police to catch up with them, and both were later found guilty in court. A woman got caught stuffing 2 clothing items into her bag at a shopping mall, and her response to getting called out? Storming off and full-on kicking mannequins as they snitched on her. Girl, they're plastic, they didn't do anything to you. A Maryland police officer, Francesco Marlet, got himself into serious trouble after being caught on video doing something way out of line. You can already imagine that this didn't end well for the officer.
The video begins showing a uniformed officer standing outside of a squad car hugging a woman. After that, she pulls him in for a kiss and they embrace.
Nos gustan los pies a nosotros. Mira, pisando estamos.
Seconds later, the video shows the pair walk from the front of the squad toward the rear passenger door, all as the officer rubs the woman's shoulder. After that, the woman opens the car door and both get inside. The Prince George's County Police Department says more information will be released as the investigation continues. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Working as a team, these two casually grabbed boxes of diapers and wipes from a suburban porch before driving away like it was just another errand.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
She didn't wait for the door to open, she kicked her way through it. At G Studio on Elizabeth Street in Melbourne's CBD, a furious woman forced her way through the glass entrance, grabbed armfuls of clothing off the racks, and shoved back out through the broken door while a crowd just watched. It's honestly hard to believe how calm some people can stay while stealing in plain sight. In a Walmart store in Kentucky, USA, a man walked right up to the counter, grabbed a stack of cash, and calmly walked off as if nothing had happened. Normally, you would expect thieves to avoid drawing attention to themselves, but these people did the opposite. They grabbed what they wanted and ran. At the Nike store on South Alameda Street in Watts, Los Angeles, California, this past Sunday, a group of shoplifters sprinted out of the store with bags full of merchandise. In New York, this woman had a shopping trolley filled to the top, but the moment she realized she'd been spotted, she dumped everything onto the floor of a Walmart store. She then picked up just 2 rolls of tissue and casually walked away as if nothing had happened. Why do people do things like this?
Why did you do that?
Because there are like a lot of things in this apartment.
A Walmart aisle isn't exactly a dojo, but nobody told him that. The moment he picked up a pair of nunchucks, he started showing off his kung fu moves for everyone around him. Shopping can wait when you've got an audience. How could a parent involve their own child in something like this? Security spotted a woman opening a box of nails and mixing materials inside a mason jar. It didn't take long for employees to suspect she was trying to build something dangerous. At a Walmart store in Florida, an off-duty officer stepped in just as she reached for a shoelace that appeared to be intended as a fuse.
Security personnel at the Walmart say they observed the shopper actually putting the nail bomb together in the aisle. They saw her open a box of nails, put them in a mason jar, and then start concocting a liquid mix. They say when she seemed ready to detonate the bomb by setting fire to a shoelace, security swooped in.
All that effort just for snacks and laundry soap. Hope it was worth the 22 weeks. 50-year-old Stephen McMahon got caught dangling from the roof of a Sainsbury's local in Nottingham, England, while breaking in to steal scratch cards, crisps, washing detergent, and food. He pleaded guilty and was jailed for 22 weeks. Sometimes, the only reward for being right is watching the mess unfold. This worker at a Walmart store stood frozen as a massive stack of drinks came crashing down right in front of him.
You knew it was gonna happen?
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like he either jumps over that or outruns it the other way, but...
Confidence like that almost makes you wonder if they'd done this before. They didn't rush, didn't panic, just calmly pocketed £850 worth of putters from a pro shop and strolled right out the door without anyone stopping them. This was a truly inspiring commitment to minding your own business. The alarm was blaring the whole time, and they didn't even flinch. 2 men calmly loaded up on purses at a Ross store in Long Beach, California, while staff just stood back and watched them walk right out the door. Most shoplifters try to blend into the crowd. These thieves did the exact opposite. They were captured running out of the Yves Saint Laurent store at the Americana at Brand in Glendale, California, carrying stolen clothes, with shoppers watching them disappear.
Oh my god.
Despite the law enforcement efforts, shoplifting cases like this keep piling up everywhere. At a Walmart store in Chicago, Illinois, staff caught a shoplifter trying to leave and locked him inside while calling for help until police arrived.
Is he locked up in that bitch?
Let's go in the car.
I believe after watching this clip, you would not visit Walmart at night. A worker on the night shift at a Walmart store caught the moment on camera. with no adult in sight and no explanation for how a kid ended up alone in the aisles that late. Watch this video if you've never seen what people claim is a witch caught on camera. At 2 in the morning, a figure dressed in black with a pale, ghostly face walked into a grocery store in the Mudbar district of Sana'a, Yemen, and asked the owner to stop playing Quranic recitations. CCTV inside a Walmart captured products falling off the shelves and a shopping trolley rolling down an aisle on its own, with no one nearby. Whether it was paranormal activity or a staged incident, you decide. What would you call this kind of behavior? She wasn't browsing, she was emptying the shelf. A woman rapidly loaded jar after jar into her basket and walked off, leaving almost nothing behind. A group of CrossFit runners jogged past an outdoor restaurant in Brazil one evening, and that was all it took. Diners assumed they were fleeing danger, and within seconds the whole patio was up and sprinting, chairs scattering, with nobody actually knowing what they were running from. Minutes after the Louvre heist, a truck fitted with a mechanical ladder was caught on camera, parked along the Seine in Paris, France, as the thieves calmly rode it back down to the street in broad daylight. 4 suspects made off with 88 million euros in crown jewels, and none have been caught. This man walked into Burley Coffee in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, just to demand a sign come down. Refusing to wear a mask, he confronted the employee, called the Black Lives Matter sign racist, and started chanting "All Lives Matter," while a bystander told him to leave the woman alone. All that energy was spent picking a fight over a piece of paper, and not 1 second of it was spent just ordering a coffee.
I'm so sorry for you too. I'm so sorry for you too.
I'm so sorry you
I'm so sorry for you too. Yes, I'm sorry for you too.
You're sorry that you are harassing me.
I'm sorry for protesting because I'm allowed to protest without a mask. All the people protesting were allowed to just protest without masks.
They were all wearing masks.
No,
they were all wearing masks.
No, I can show you right now. I can show you right now they didn't. I can show you right now they didn't. I can show you right now they didn't.
She thought she'd walk out with it for free. Instead, she walked out with an invoice. A woman tried robbing a convenience store in Houston, Texas, grabbed what she wanted, but got stopped right at the door and was locked inside until she agreed to actually pay for it. He did not dare to break in through the front door. At a Wendy's drive-thru in Florida, he climbed straight through the service window, grabbed the entire cash drawer, and disappeared before anyone could react. No warning, no struggle, just gone.
A $1,000 reward is being offered. You know, Orlando police say this man was not after fast food. He was after fast cash, and he was armed when he climbed through this drive-thru window right behind me and took off with cash. Let's show you just newly released surveillance video that police shared with us. It shows a man in a black Nissan pull up to the drive-thru, put it on park, and then pull out a handgun. After the cashier runs away in fear, the thief climbs inside and takes the whole register drawer with all the money inside.
She tried to do the right thing, and it cost her the job. A grocery store worker in California confronted a shoplifter caught walking off with $500 worth of food. Instead of being praised for stepping in, she was fired days later for her misconduct. This time, he picked the wrong bottle shop to walk into. At this store in Canberra, Australia, on February 16th this year, a customer grabbed the nearest thing he could find, a potato chip stand, and used it to fight the man off before he could get away with stolen things. One bad moment at the counter, and she made sure everyone saw it. At a Starbucks in Houston, Texas, a woman grabbed a basket off the display, slammed it onto the floor, and walked out without a word. All that over pastries, some people really do lose their temper over nothing.
Hey! Hey!
You seriously need to stop, dude. That's fucked up. Go.
This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment. These guys came prepared. Suspects dressed in black climbed out through the windows of a white Hyundai Elantra on Route 70 in Malton, New Jersey, and went straight for Urban Tactical Firearms. A hammer didn't crack the glass, so they switched to a landscaping rock they'd brought along, then made off with stuff around 2:30 in the morning.
The suspects, dressed in black, climb out of the windows of a white vehicle. Then they start breaking down the door of Urban Tactical Firearms on Route 70 in Marlton.
At first, they attempted to use a hammer to break the glass. That was ineffective. They then used a landscaping rock that was brought with them.
Police say it happened Monday morning around 2:30. Once they were inside, police say they smashed glass cases and stole 5 guns, plus ammunition.
1 second, she was just waiting in line. The next, she was letting out eerie, wide-eyed screams like something had taken over her. All because she needed to get their trolley past her at a Walmart store. Minutes before the terrifying incident, she was just walking out with stolen alcohol. CCTV showed a pregnant Takia Young leaving a store with 2 accomplices, setting off the anti-theft alarms. She got into her black Lexus, refused officers' orders to step out, then drove toward one of them and was shoved to her fate.
Get out. No. Get out.
Get out of the car.
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 Shots fired.
Shots fired. Stop the goddamn car.
Cutting in line was the easy part. Owning up to it was where she lost it. A masked woman at a Walmart store had a full meltdown after a man politely told her he was ahead of her, screaming for him to be thrown out and accusing him of assault, even though he never touched her.
I didn't touch you, man.
Not that long ago, and I can't stand another man touching me. I just can't.
Is this a prank?
I can't. He won't go away. He needs to go away. He's a problem.
I need to leave?
No, just welcome.
I still got, okay. She threw some of my stuff.
One moment, she was walking down the aisle. The next, her body was moving erratically. Caught on CCTV inside a supermarket in China on May 14th, 2016. The footage went viral overnight, with viewers split between calling it a medical emergency and demonic possession. After several break-ins, this store owner stopped waiting for the police and built the trap himself. A one-way passage at the rear of his shop let intruders in, but never back out. On September 30th, 2015, at 4 in the morning, his CCTV alarm went off, and this time, officers walked right in to grab the trapped burglar. She could barely stay on her feet, swaying against the storefronts like she'd lose balance any second. A woman was filmed stumbling down a street near Times Square, New York, visibly inebriated, while people walking past barely gave her a second glance.
I want to get her. Oh no, the wind is going. Oh no, oh no. It is getting treacherous out here. She is fighting and trying to survive the storm, Melissa.
This video is proof for those who don't believe in paranormal activity. This couple was casually filming a late-night vlog outside a Walmart store when something behind them caught their attention, an empty shopping cart rolling by itself across flat ground with no visible source around it.
Hi, me and my boyfriend were shopping at Walmart, and then on our way out we heard some weird sounds, so now we're over here investigating, trying to figure out what it was. So, I don't know, it was kind of like a scream, maybe an older gentleman.
What the f***? You serious?
A normal night turned into something no employee could explain. CCTV inside a supermarket in England captured products launching off the shelves with no one around to touch them. It looked as if an invisible force was revealing its presence. What a bold move to pick a fight with the customer who was never going to complain. He walked into the clothing store like any regular customer, tried on a jacket, then turned to a mannequin, grabbed it by the neck, and lifted the head clean off. Imagine shopping for groceries and suddenly getting hit by a football. That's exactly what happened when bored shoppers turned a Walmart aisle into their own football field, hitting 2 people with a single throw.
I got double karma. Not only did this nigga eat floor chips, but he got a to the dick. What? Security? I think I hear security.
You scared? You scared? Why you scared? I'm not with y'all though, son.
A few discounts were all it took to bring the entire city together. During a midnight sale at Lulu Mall in Kochi, Kerala, crowds packed every floor, shoulder to shoulder, all chasing the same deals. Apparently, nothing brings people together faster than the words limited time discount. Blink, and you'd miss it literally. 3 commuters were walking through different places in the Union Station subway in Toronto, Ontario, caught clearly on camera in one moment. Seconds later, all 3 vanished one by one, with no doorway, turn, or crowd big enough to explain where they went. Open discussion. To avoid attention, he picked one of the most unforgettable disguises possible. At a convenience store in Brisbane, Australia, in January this year, a man dressed in black and wearing a clown mask with bright orange hair stormed inside, threatened staff with an object in his hand, demanded cash, and then disappeared. Some arguments are better left alone, but she took it to another level. After someone in line called her broke at a Walmart store, she pulled out her phone and flexed her bank balance to prove them wrong.
Let me see. Am I broke? Hell no, she ain't broke. No. Hell no. She ain't broke. Hell no, she ain't broke. Yeah. And my son, I need a new daughter-in-law.
She got $1 million, but you leaving out here with nothing. Bitch, you leaving your shit. Where your money gonna pay for your shit?
I'm broke. You see my money, right?
Let me see that money again. Let me see. Oh, no, she ain't broke. She rich.
He was way too excited while scrolling on the phone, but suddenly his happiness took an expected turn. A cop got scared when a dog ran after him, not knowing it only wanted to play, leaving him terrified for no reason. That's not really her finest moment. The man destroys the glass door to open it, not knowing that it was the back door of the store. The man failed to notice the glass door. Good to know he was okay, though. In Singapore, one man's ridiculously petty move went insanely viral after cameras caught him casually snipping his neighbor's Hari Raya flowers with scissors. Turns out, the police weren't impressed either. The shop owner never saw it coming. A customer went straight through the ceiling.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Billy. That hurt.
All right, don't move a muscle.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Don't move.
No, hold on. Let me get back to it.
Now, what can be even said about this? Just watch this ridiculous moment. This police officer seriously thought nobody would notice him stealing during an investigation. Unfortunately for him, the cameras were rolling, and now the whole world has seen it. This guy thought trashing his neighbor's car was a brilliant idea. Too bad the security camera had other plans, and every scratch came straight out of his wallet. This guy seriously risked it all for a bottle of hand sanitizer. He thought he'd disappear unnoticed, but the cameras caught everything, and police are now looking for him. These TSA officers thought passengers wouldn't notice their luggage getting a little lighter. Turns out the cameras noticed, and now they're the ones sitting in custody.
To provide a range of hospitality services. For more information on operating hours, capacity, and services, please visit www.bobhopeuso.org/Los Angeles International Airport. Thank you.
This delivery driver couldn't resist a quick snack from someone else's order. One bite turned into a viral moment after cameras caught his little taste test. This shoplifter thought he was pulling off the perfect jacket heist. Then undercover Met officers stepped in, caught him red-handed, and sent him straight back to prison.
You're under arrest, okay? You want to recall to prison. You do not have statement may harm in defence if you do not mention or question somebody later allow in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Keep your hand behind your back. Then if you got anything on you shouldn't have.
This officer thought nobody would notice him pocketing cash during an investigation. He put it back seconds later, but the cameras had already sealed his fate. This furious grandpa took his anger out on a parked truck. Seconds later, Karma clocked in for work. Check this out.
I want that truck off my lawn! You got it.
This baggage thief casually walked off with someone else's suitcase like it belonged to him. It almost worked until one passenger realized her bag had vanished.
Go there or down there? A probiotic, like kimchi.
He forgot to hit the brakes, and somehow the car decided to do the job itself, rolling away before perfectly parking like it had a license. This homeless man turned a subway car into his own little love nest, complete with a tent and a stolen sandwich to impress his girlfriend. Talk about unconventional date night.
How am I gonna relax without food?
Oh boy, you need some food? Damn, man.
Don't touch me, I'm hungry.
Alright, I'll get
I'm hungry, man. I need
Alright,
some
get some food. I'll get you some food, man. Think I got food? Yo, see me hungry. Yo, my girl needs some food, man. Can you help me out? Come on, man. Don't be like that, man. It's a lady, man. What's your problem, bro? Bro, you can't help a woman out? Bro, that's my big egg and cheese. Man, come on, man. Baby, I got you sandwich. I got you sandwich. See how much I love you?
Comment down below how this moment made you feel. What do you have to say about this? Some people genuinely have no shame whatsoever. A porch pirate thought he'd score an easy package. An female porch pirate had a getaway driver for about 5 seconds. He took off without her, leaving her standing there to face the consequences alone. He stood there patiently waiting for the elevator to open, completely missing the fact it was already open behind him. The second-hand embarrassment is brutal. This would-be burglar picked the wrong ladder. It slipped out from under him, sending him crashing to the ground before he even made it inside. The porch pirate almost got away with another package until one alert neighbor spotted the whole thing. Safe to say, the easy payday didn't last long.
Call 911.
Give me the back. Give me the packages you took off the house. That's my neighbours. Give it to me. You know what? Give me the stuff back.
Bernie, wait.
Give me the stuff back. All right?
We just caught porch pirates. 60.
Bro, can you leave?
After losing one too many packages, this Queens homeowner got creative. Instead of chasing thieves, he built the perfect trap and let them do the rest.
I decided to put a package outside. That's a decoy.
What was in it?
My dog's feces, French fries.
When I see the guy, I'm like, oh my God, it's coming.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees right now. He tried to fight me, and that's when I put him down again, and I was like, look, you're not gonna win.
She was like, is there any weapons? I'm like, I'm not sure if the guy has one, but out of defense, we do.
There's nothing in those boxes. It doesn't matter. You trespassed at the least.
Just because they woke up this morning and say, you know what, I'm gonna follow the UPS truck and see what I could get my hands on.
Grabbing the package was easy. Getting away with it wasn't, because this homeowner was already one step ahead and ready to settle the score.
I looked at my Ring videos and I saw what happened.
What's your name? Did you just steal something? Give it. I'm gonna call the police. I've got you on camera. Give me the thing now. I'm taping you. Yes, you did. I saw you.
I don't even know what came out of my mouth or even why I said what I did. It just happened.
Now get over here now. Down.
There's no way I was gonna let her go. And I would have ran for as many miles as I had to get my package. I mean, these are presents for people.
You the wrong person. What's wrong with you?
Walking up with all that confidence was a bold choice. The second the homeowner appeared, that confidence disappeared faster than the escape plan. Easy target. That's what these porch thieves thought. Right up until homeowners decided they were done making life easy for them.
In Washington state, some homeowners are fighting back. They're tired of people stealing their packages. ABC's Mara Schiavo-Campos shows us how they're taking matters into their own hands.
And I have no real recourse. So I wanted to come up with a solution that would deter and prevent. There's nothing really scarier than thinking you're getting shot at by a 12 gauge.
One porch pirate picked the worst possible house in Las Vegas. Ring doorbell footage caught the entire theft, leaving nowhere to hide afterward.
Hey, I've got you on camera. Put it back.
I have a question.
I
received the same package.
No, you didn't. Put it down. I've got you on camera right now. And the police are coming.
Snatch first, think later. That strategy fell apart the moment this porch pirate realized the package he'd stolen wasn't what he expected.
Delivery truck passing me right now. This story, of course, is about a package thief, but it's also about this community's obsession with catching her.
I think it's very bold, and a few of us have theories that she gets a kick out of it. And I saw her probably 2 driveways down. So I was like, oh, that lady's really familiar. I was like, that can't be it, but it was.
Who knew filling up a car could become this much of a struggle? She fought that petrol pump like it was out to get her and still drove away with nothing.
Oh, that's not gonna, honey, that's not gonna read.
Oh, what is she doing? No, she's not.
No.
No, she set it on.
Why is she so afraid to get so close?
Okay, here we go. She got it. She got it on the right side this time.
Okay,
stop.
Okay, there you go.
Here we go. She's got it. She's doing a, she just did a circle.
He marched up to the counter, looking confident. One move from the girl behind it, and suddenly he couldn't get out of there fast enough. Thinking nobody was watching was their first mistake. Their second, not seeing one guy come flying in with the world's most unexpected tackle. A normal walk down the sidewalk turned into a real-life cartoon when the parking shutter grabbed her and dragged her straight into the garage. It only took a few seconds for hundreds of bottles to spill across the road. All they could do was stand there and watch the chaos unfold. Call it luck or call it skill, but this guy flicked a bottle with his toe and somehow sent it flying straight into the trash. Pure accidental genius.
What's up to that?
Eyes glued to her phone, she never noticed the fountain waiting right in front of her. One more step, and splash, reality checked in. Trying to look smooth, he went for a stylish hop over the half door. Instead, he got stuck halfway and became everyone's entertainment. One wrong push was all it took. The first door fell, then the next, and suddenly the whole shop looked like a giant game of dominoes. Pulling up right beside the porch, they didn't waste a second. Anything they could reach went straight into the Jeep before they sped off. Nothing says holiday spirit quite like stealing Christmas decorations. At least that's what these two seemed to think as they grabbed candy canes and disappeared.
People living nearby tell us it's not the first time thieves have targeted the neighborhood. Community journalist Amanda Palacios has the details.
The resident says the entire set of the 8 candy canes were stolen right from the ground.
Picking the wrong car is never a great idea. This woman scratched a Tesla, forgetting its cameras were quietly recording the whole thing.
Brand new video tonight, a woman keying a luxury Tesla at a North Charlotte park. You can see the woman here intentionally scratching the car. Now the car's owner is looking for justice and answers. NBC Charlotte's Brianna Harper shows us how the car's cameras were recording when it mattered most.
While everyone else was celebrating Easter, this mystery woman was allegedly leaving scratches on parked cars with absolutely no shame. One slippery road was all it took. The fire engine suddenly lost control and came dangerously close to crashing into nearby homes before disaster was narrowly avoided. Blink and you'd miss it. This thief spotted an unlocked car, jumped in, and drove away in about 30 seconds. That's all it took. Scratching a Tesla is risky enough. Doing it while its interior camera is recording, that's basically collecting evidence against yourself.
It was very obvious that my driver's side door and driver's side passenger door was very damaged. I was pretty upset.
2 years ago on the 6th of June, at the Bottle O Beachboro liquor store in Australia, a man confidently grabbed the liquor and sprinted for the exit, except the door was locked. With nowhere to go, he awkwardly returned everything and walked away empty-handed. In Tennessee, 4 masked thieves thought they had the upper hand until employees and customers locked them inside. Their grand escape ended with them smashing through the back door instead. Driving off with the fuel hose still attached was embarrassing enough. Blaming her husband afterward, even though he wasn't even in the car, somehow made it even worse.
What did you do?
Why are you guys laughing?
What did you do?
I don't know what I did.
You broke the bomb. Look, you got.
Well, next time you put gas. Why you have me doing it? You're the man. You should be doing it.
You're the stubborn one, hard-headed.
What kind of man are you?
I told you I was gonna do it later.
What kind of man are you? You should have been doing that.
And I told you I was gonna do it later.
Now look what happened.
In a fit of road rage, the woman stormed up to the vehicle to confront the driver. But when he didn't come out, she went after his window. She was lucky the man didn't step out to return the favor.
Fucking dick.
Now here's a moment that could have been totally avoided with a little bit of caution. Watch this gang of women pull off a clever theft inside a boutique in Besant Nagar, India. They pretended to be regular customers during a Diwali exhibition. The group kept the workers distracted while one of them did the job. Instead of stealing just one, she slipped an entire pile of expensive dresses under her clothes. They thought they had succeeded, but the police identified them as part of a larger gang and recovered the stolen items too. This lady was asking for trouble. She was boldly walking across the road and finally got what was coming to her. But the police didn't hesitate and apprehended her with their car, putting an end to her reckless stunt.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
This Karen from Pennsylvania took her paranoia way too far. She went viral on TikTok for breaking her neighbor's Ring doorbell camera. She wanted to keep its lens away from her, but ended up getting confronted by the police for trespassing, criminal mischief, and vandalism. That should teach her not to mess with someone's property.
She had a problem with being recorded. She could have just kept walking. She would have walked herself right out of the frame, but instead she walked up to the camera, got her whole face, everything right there. We heard her voice. It's like, wait, it would have been so much easier to just keep walking. And who doesn't have one of those doorbells anymore? Does she have like some old school, like a door knocker or something on her house? Everybody has that. You have to be, you have to know that. I had a ding dong ditcher the other day on mine, and it was a little kid, and he just came up to my doorbell, looked into the camera, rang the bell, and then giggled and ran away. And I was like, it doesn't have the same effect as it did like in the 90s, but you know.
Right.
But people know there's a camera there.
Here's proof that some people will steal anything, even candy meant for kids. Apparently, nothing is too small for thieves. This thief was caught stealing flowers from a cemetery that people left for their loved ones. She was identified as 39-year-old Leanne Slater after CCTV caught her stealing bouquets at Durham Road Cemetery in Teesside, England. After cops finally caught her, Slater was sentenced to 3 years and 10 months in prison for not just stealing, but also for attempted robbery in a previous incident. In El Cajon, California, this woman went right to the safe of Forever Fine jewelry store, completely unnoticed, and stole $200,000 worth of jewelry by slipping the boxes into a hidden pocket. By the time anyone realized, the store owner was left with almost nothing. Her meltdown over an alleged stolen parking lot spiraled so badly that she ended up needing medical help. After seeing her outburst, doctors warned her to keep calm or risk making her condition worse. A woman came screaming at a Lamborghini driver, accusing him of hitting her car, but it was actually her who ran into him from behind, shifting the blame completely.
Why would you hit my car? You did that to the front of What's funny?
Usually when you rear end people, that's not how this works. It's okay. I'm gonna call the cops real quick. Right now, you're saying that I hit you from behind.
No, you hit me in the front of it. Remember when I was at a red light? You went in front of me and hit my car.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's cool. Probably move the car from thing, and I'll call the cops for you.
After the racist Karen damaged her neighbor's car, she got instant karma. Just moments later, another neighbor stepped in and taught her a lesson.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car. Thank you.
Out of this neighborhood.
Yep. Cool, lady.
Call, please.
I'm calling. Don't worry.
Hi, I'm at 10408 Glade Avenue. Because my neighbor has two fucking hammers in her goddamn hand and she's assaulting the car.
She's destroying property. Let them know that.
Is there? You put your mother. Tell me. Where, bitch? Tell me.
She had her eyes on the cash, but the camera had its eye on her and caught her red-handed stealing money from the register. This lady took stealing to a whole new level. She managed to hide an entire product under a short dress. She thought she was being really slick, but the camera had a direct view of her actions. The audacity of behaving like this after getting caught is wild. Instead of being ashamed and accountable for it, she shrugged it off as if it was no big deal. This is why good men end up preferring bridges and silence over relationships.
I haven't been seeing anybody.
Okay, well, go on, read the messages. Right, look how clueless she's acting.
Gil, can you not?
Why don't you explain yourself?
Gil,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You're just gonna walk away? Go. No, go ahead. No, nobody's coming. Go. I mean, it was true. You are psychotic. You are.
Hold on.
It's true. Everything thought about you. Everything. I sensed everything everyone told me, including your baby daddy. He told me she's batshit crazy. I was like, yeah, I know. I've seen it. But you know what? I continued to date you. Why? No. Get away from me. Do not touch me. I'm recording for my own safety. Okay? I know how batshit crazy you are. I know you're not. You're insane. It's crazy.
Gil.
Go ahead.
The universe protected her for months, and then one random night, the big screen said, "Enough is enough," and aired everything in HD for the whole crowd.
She has no idea. Oh. She has no idea that. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
So which one is it?
Which one
is it? Hey, we should tell her. No, are you kidding? This is amazing.
This is 19-year-old Hollis Daniels. He'd just been arrested, but somehow he managed to get this inside with him. Nobody realized what was about to unfold.
Kids.
Within moments, the entire police station was thrown into lockdown. Officers rushed through the building, desperately trying to figure out what had happened and, more importantly, how it happened.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay?
and they say it's you. And immediately then I knew I'm going to jail for the rest of my life.
On January 2nd, Teresa Birch walked into a food warehouse store in Paignton, Devon, England, where she lowered herself in the middle of the aisle. She then filed a personal injury claim against Iceland Foods, hoping to walk away with a compensation payout. What she didn't account for was the CCTV footage that captured the entire thing. Some people are way too good at illegal activities. While the girl was distracted waiting to check out, the woman beside her reached into her bag and lifted her belongings without making a single sound. This employee was alone at the register, and what he did next was absolutely shocking. In Pickering, Ontario, surveillance footage captured two suspects attempting to steal an SUV right out of a residential driveway.
Casually walking up the street around 6 a.m., two masked and hooded suspects approach a white SUV. One peers around the corner before walking to the driver's side carrying tools and wearing gloves.
Police were notified and moved in fast, surrounding the home and arresting one of the two suspects on the spot.
Police descended on the residential street in Pickering, one chasing the suspect as they made a run for it.
There is a second suspect who is not identified and remains outstanding.
But police arrested one of them, a 19-year-old from Quebec who's facing charges of motor vehicle theft and 3 counts of failing to comply.
These delivery guys thought they could trick the owner and run away with their expensive package. One pretended to ring the bell, and the other took a photo as proof that nobody answered. But the doorbell camera caught their fakery. Surveillance cameras on McDonald Avenue and Avenue S in Brooklyn, New York, caught 10 people lifting a manhole cover and climbing down one by one into the underground system below. They remained underground for nearly 2 hours. Before resurfacing, their motive remains unknown. San Francisco's Chinatown has had a serious problem with phone theft, and police decided to do something about it. Working with drone surveillance, officers tracked and closed in on 3 phone thieves operating in the area, catching all 3 of them red-handed on camera. The owners stepped away from their car at a petrol station for just a few seconds, and that was all the time these thieves needed. Someone slipped into the unlocked vehicle and drove away with it. Even grannies have started pickpocketing. She used her helplessness to steal this woman's purse. This might be the most shocking robbery ever. In San Ramon, California, more than 20 masked suspects stormed into Heller Jewelers with sledgehammers. They smashed the display cases and cleaned out the store in minutes. Police confirmed the suspects made off with $1 million worth of jewelry. This is absolutely sickening.
Caught on camera, a PhD chemistry student in Florida was filmed appearing to inject toxic chemicals under his neighbor's front door, all because he thought they were being loud.
Umar Abdullah kept noticing a foul smell in his Florida apartment. He called out an air conditioning company, a plumber, and even the fire department trying to figure out where it was coming from. His daughter also got sick, but nobody could explain it. So he hid a camera inside a plant pot near his front door. What it captured was his neighbor, Shuming Lee, crouched down at the gap beneath the door, injecting toxic chemicals into the apartment, all because he thought they were being too loud. Lee was arrested.
Shuming Lee allegedly contaminated Umar Abdullah's apartment with so many chemicals that it made his baby daughter ill. And he was only caught once Umar set up a camera after being plagued by what he described as an obnoxious smell and side effects for over a month. Lee was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, aggravated stalking and battery.
At 2:21 in the morning in Scarborough, Toronto, 4 hooded suspects crept into the backyard of a home near Beach Grove and tried robbing the place with a crowbar.
Police have released video of 4 suspects wanted in a break-and-enter investigation in Scarborough. Police say the suspects entered a backyard in the Beach Grove Drive and Coronation area just before 2:30 a.m. yesterday and attempted to get into that home. The suspects were unable to get into the house and fled the area in a silver 4-door sedan.
The suspects failed to get inside and fled in a silver sedan. This CCTV footage shows how easy it is to steal someone's possessions. Don't ever keep your cars unlocked. In Houston, Texas, a woman walked into a spa and asked about microblading services. She asked to prepay, then asked to use the restroom. What the camera captured next told a different story.
If you look, because we're pretty booked for all, so maybe she can come at 2:30, and namming time will be 30 minutes, so we'll take her at 3 o'clock or 3:15, and that's what we can...
Hey, I'm going to go across the street to eat, and I'm going to wait till she's on her way.
Okay, and if you can just take a picture of her makeup to make sure that it's only microblading, and she is microblading and shaving.
Okay. Okay.
Surveillance footage shows her slipping into multiple back rooms, moving quietly through private areas before walking out with the owner's purse. Within 60 minutes, she had run up over $6,000 in fraudulent charges, $3,000 at a single Target, nearly $500 at Rainbow, and more than $5,000 at a jewelry store. All cards were cancelled. In Bakersfield, California, a Ring doorbell camera captured something heartbreaking. An Amazon driver pulled up, then took away the homeowner's cat. The cat's name was Junie. The Kern County Sheriff's Office opened an investigation. No arrests have been made, and the owners say they won't press charges if their cat comes back safely. In Mexico, a woman walked into an ice cream shop with no intention of buying anything. While employees had their backs turned, she moved along the counter, spotted a calculator sitting in the open, and slipped it into her bag. On a road somewhere, 2 men staged what appeared to be a minor traffic incident. Have a look.
Oh my god!
What happened, babe?
Babe!
Babe, what happened?
I don't know.
Babe.
I got into an accident. This guy just reversed into me. What the hell is going on?
Reversed into you?
Yeah.
Babe. Yeah. Just stay there.
What they didn't account for was the dash cam mounted in the car in front of them. The moment they realized it was there, their faces said everything. Two men pulled up to a driveway, spotted a Dodge Charger, and in less than 60 seconds, stole it. By the time the owner had any idea the car was gone, so were they. Look at this cheeky man.
Can I help you? Hey! Hey! Bring my lawnmower back. Bring my lawnmower back. Hey!
Although he was on a mobility scooter, he still managed to steal a lawnmower. At a baby store in Jindalee, Australia, a group of women were caught on camera stealing an expensive luxury pram. The item was worth hundreds of dollars.
Pram they stole is a Bambini York worth $2,500.
The shop owner, rather than calling for punishment, went public with the footage and asked them simply to do the right thing and pay for it.
It's just ridiculous. In broad daylight, like they think they can just kind of do whatever they want. It is a big loss. Yeah, it's really hurt. Small business like ours. We just really want to them to pay for the stock they store from us.
Faking disability so that people would give me money. He got caught on camera by a person filming on his phone, and when he confronted him, the fake beggar ran. She had access, she had trust, and she used both. Surveillance footage from the office shows her walking in during the morning hours, taking bundles of cash and leaving. But it wasn't enough. She came back in the evening to finish the job, and that was the moment her employer walked in on her. Her greed cost her. A man walked into a nail salon in Atlanta thinking it was going to be an easy robbery. CCTV footage released by Crime Stoppers Greater Atlanta showed it didn't go that way.
Everybody get down! Give me all your money! It's got the boxes! Give me all your money! Get down! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything! Where's the money?
A couple approached an old man in a store and went to work. Surveillance footage caught the whole operation. The poor old man had no idea. In Spring Valley, right in front of Krishna Pride apartment, an unsuspecting man was going about his day when two thieves on a motorbike pulled up beside him, snatched his phone, CCTV from the area captured the entire snatch and ride. Outside a Food Lion grocery store in Charlotte's Noda community, a delivery driver left her car briefly, and that was all the time one woman needed. Surveillance footage shows her opening the car door, reaching in and walking away with the driver's purse. The driver had no idea until it was already done.
Police say surveillance video shows a woman stealing a purse from a delivery driver's car. It happened earlier this month outside of a busy grocery store in Charlotte's Noda community.
Yeah, police are now trying to figure out who the thief is.
Charlotte police released the footage publicly, and the woman's face was now on camera for the entire city to see.
She saw the victim's purse in the seat in plain view and decided that she was going to go into the vehicle and take it. You don't think that as soon as you step away from your car, somebody's going to come open the door and take something that doesn't belong to them.
A customer named Jeremy ordered $20,000 worth of Lutron equipment through FedEx. What he didn't expect was to watch his own delivery being handled. Security camera footage caught FedEx workers aggressively throwing and smashing the equipment worth tens of thousands of dollars like it meant nothing. A doorbell camera picked up movement at the front door late at night. When the homeowner reviewed the footage, what they saw stopped them cold.
Yeah. Yeah. The dog attacked me. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, come here. Come here?
A man standing alone at the door talking to himself like he was possessed. In a clothing store in China, a shop assistant was working the floor when a suspicious woman approached her. CCTV footage shows the moment the woman's hand moved toward the assistant's phone, an iPhone 6, and stole it. In London, an Algerian man was caught on camera pocketing a veiled Arab woman in broad daylight.
Safe for theft! Jäger! 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 And you f***ing thief. Just sit your arrest, yeah. Get in for it. You scumbag. Remember me, motherfucker. Do you remember me? Oh, that's the victims. Oh, okay. I think. Could be. That fell, right? Yeah, whoever had it there. What's he done? That could be the victim's phone. Oh, jump off him. You're about to get locked up. They won't let you out.
A bystander spotted it, grabbed him, started filming, and called the police. At an Alphamidi store in Nusantara, Depok Beji, Indonesia, CCTV cameras caught this shocking scene. The video was shared publicly and spread quickly across the region, but suspects haven't been arrested yet. At a convenience store, a woman walked in, browsed the shelves, and picked up 2 boxes of milk. Then she did something unbelievable. She hid both boxes under her skirt and walked toward the exit. The CCTV caught every second of it. Security cameras at a shop caught a man slipping a gizzard into his pocket and walking out without paying. The footage spread online, and the internet had one question: what exactly was the plan here? Of all the things to shoplift, why that? At a shop in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, a professional quick change scammer went to work on a cashier. The scammer hands over a large bill, receives change, then rapidly exchanges notes back and forth with the cashier in a confusing back and forth that manipulates the transaction. Bad days at work look something like this. The air filters were stacked so close together that the employee had almost no room to move. One wrong step was all it took. The result was a perfect domino effect that sent the entire row tumbling down. This man's entire life flashed before his eyes as the car came speeding towards him, missing him by inches. In Sarafa Bazaar, Karachi, these Pakistani men were just having breakfast when this incident happened. A nearby building suddenly collapsed, and it was only by a stroke of luck that they were a few feet away from danger. These men were riding towards unseen danger in Pura, Peru, because what seemed like a puddle was a hidden sinkhole. The earth swallowed their motorcycle, and the men escaped falling in by a hairbreadth. Some people take dares too far, and this video proves it. In Texas, a woman was dared to lick the top of a Bluebell ice cream tub inside a Walmart store, and then put it back. Her boyfriend filmed the stunt, thinking they could get away with it.
Lick it. Oh, you foul. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
But Walmart had no intention of showing tolerance. The Lufkin Police Department eventually tracked her down for tampering with food. Since she was a minor, officers handed the case over to the Juvenile Justice Department. There's no other follow-up on the case so far, and we don't know if the boyfriend was jailed or not.
A young woman is seen on video licking a container of ice cream and putting it back in the store freezer.
Here's a Karen who threw an outburst so intense, it looked like she was possessed. She screamed at a man while shoving her grocery cart, all because she didn't want to wait in line. What started as a routine grocery run in Rifle, Colorado, turned into a confrontation rooted in racism. Inside a city market, 64-year-old Linda Dwyer targeted two Mexican women, Fabiola Velasquez and Isabel Marin, simply for speaking Spanish. But her tirade didn't last long. Another customer, Kamira Trent, quickly stepped in to defend the Mexican women. Justice caught up with her fast, because Dwyer was arrested, booked into Garfield County Jail, and charged with 2 counts of bias-motivated.
You leave these women alone. Get out.
What happened before the camera started rolling?
I hear this lady telling one of them that they're in America, they need to speak English, they can't speak Spanish.
This level of being carefree is something you don't see every day. A woman heard her favorite song in the store and started dancing in the aisles. A clerk even paused stocking shelves to enjoy her impromptu performance. In Pak Chong, Thailand, shoppers witnessed a surprising scene when a wild elephant stomped into a grocery store owned by Kamploy Kakai. This elephant was named Plai Biang Lek, and it was very well known in the area for sneaking food from kitchens. This time, it took things to the next level and decided to raid a shop. It grabbed snacks worth $25, including 9 bags of sweet rice crackers, a sandwich, and bananas, before casually walking back out. CCTV captured a shocking moment as 2 buffaloes charged right into a store. At first, the staff member was completely oblivious to the unexpected visitors, but as soon as she noticed, panic set in. Watch the animals cause complete chaos inside the store. Look at the incredible reflexes of this waiter. He kicked the slipping plate and sent it flying straight onto the kitchen counter without even a single crack. In this unsettling clip, a guy was on the counter of a restaurant, leaning forward and holding completely still. The staff was extremely confused and disturbed by his strange behavior. They tried to persuade him to get off the counter, but the guy didn't respond. No one wanted to use force because they couldn't decide if he was dangerous or in need of help.
Oh my God, my boy is tweaking.
The most startling part is that another video surfaced showing the same man repeating this exact behavior in a different restaurant. What do you think about this behavior? Does it seem like a stunt?
Sir, get down off of that camera like that.
Look closely. This man is about to regret taking that seat. An unforgettable sight unfolded in Walmart when a man showed up in the strangest costume ever. He was wrapped in a plastic sheet and holding something unidentifiable in his hands. He acted in the most bizarre way, but instead of getting frightened, the customers were amused by the sight. After turning the normal day into a truly unforgettable show, the man eventually stormed out of the store. You don't see things like this every day. A man casually walked into a store in Russia with a donkey, leaving the staff stunned. Since the store didn't allow any sort of pets inside, they quickly tried to persuade him to take it out. When that didn't work, they resorted to force.
Не понял. Закрывай магазин, пусть приезжают забрать, подсидел, не занимайтесь. Не трогайте, я вас не трогаю.
Молоко, значит, положи, иди.
Девушка, я вас не трогаю.
Илья, давай иди, не дури, я вот правда.
На место.
Можно не толкаться, пожалуйста, спасибо.
Не трогайте меня.
A religious extremist scared the wits out of Walmart shoppers. They were just shopping when she suddenly started shouting religious remarks. She was preaching about Jesus, but something didn't quite add up because she had just claimed to be Jewish. This led to everyone wondering if she was even in her right mind.
I am a hippie. I am a Jew. I am a Jew, and you better start serving the Lord Jesus, or you're all gonna go to.
In 2020, these anti-mask Karens marched through Walmart during the epidemic, turning the aisles into their protest stage. They thought they were making a statement by rejecting proven science, but all they did was put on a spectacle. America may be a free country, but what was gained from freedom here, apart from putting everyone at risk? Having your own beliefs about masks is one thing, but putting others at risk takes it to another level. This woman proved it when she deliberately coughed on another customer who called her out for not wearing a mask. You can see the exact moment when she realized she was being recorded, and that her face could be all over the internet, exposing her petty actions. Music is said to calm the mind and lift the spirit, but not for this guy. In a New York subway, a man with headphones was so lost in his music that he began screaming in the most terrifying way. He didn't care about the people around him and kept up the strange act like he was possessed. In Long Beach, California, a shopping trip turned dramatic when a woman refused to wear a mask inside a store. Instead of waiting for security or staff, customers decided to take matters into their own hands. They dragged her out of the store, and the woman learned the hard way that you can't get away with breaking the law and endangering other people.
Get the out of here! Get out of here! Give me my keys! Get out! Give me my keys! Put your hands on everybody! Get the
Ripped off my watch.
Get out of here! Give me my keys! Get out of here!
At a Burger King, an argument over a request of barbecue sauce quickly spiraled out of control. A man demanded free sauce packets, and when staff explained he had to pay, he started yelling and insulting them. His behavior became so rude that employees eventually refused to serve him. When a customer asked him to stop, he turned his anger toward him too.
Can I have a barbecue sauce?
Sir, you have to stand in line if you want it. We already told you multiple times. I don't have a register on me. Okay.
I don't. Give me a barbecue sauce.
Yelling is going to help. Yelling won't help.
Are crazy.
You threatened to attack me.
Attack you?
Yeah, you said let's take it outside earlier.
I said you want to take it outside?
No. No.
Huh?
You're the one screaming, dude.
Do you want to take it outside?
No.
Then shut your mouth.
The man in this video tried to be sneaky, but got caught in the act. He walked into a convenience store like he owned the place, went straight for the drinks, grabbed a Red Bull. Then, he walked to the end of the aisle and bent down as if hiding from the cameras, completely unaware that they had a direct view of him the whole time. He quickly chugged the Red Bull, thinking no one was watching, but his trick didn't work. You'll be shocked by this clip. Watch closely. Who knew human legs could bend like that? Customers at a Walmart were stunned when a man entered the store in a way no one expected. Instead of walking like everyone else, he appeared to float in the air while holding a cart. His body was suspended in the air. People were so shocked that they kept recording the scene with disbelief. No one stepped in since he seemed harmless, but the scene raised serious questions. Was this an illusion, a clever stunt, or something beyond explanation? Your guess is as good as mine. The wait at the register was longer than usual. Instead of asking how much longer it would take or if another line was open, this woman chose a very different approach. Rather than seeking a solution, she decided to create trouble. Listen carefully, and you'll hear her angry remarks toward the employee.
I want to talk to the store manager now. We got it. I know Allison outside. This store has to have a store manager. Man, just keep going.
What's your name? Lawanda? Let me spell it for you? You want me to punch you? I'll just do it. This is ridiculous. You got lines all the way back there. They are doing the best they can. Then why don't you get on the register? You're a team lead. And I am back here in jewelry. No, I'm not going to step away. I want to talk to you. Can you not get... I just called them because they didn't know that. Because you got customers all the way back here. I used to work at that store. I did call them, got them to get, They said be coffee and American. And you're not ready for that.
What could have been a simple question turned into unnecessary conflict, all because she refused to handle the situation calmly. This CCTV footage from a store shows how long fingernails can turn the simplest task into a real challenge. The woman dropped her card and bent down to pick it up. What should have taken a second turned into a long struggle. After several failed attempts, she finally managed to lift it. But even then, this might just be the one embarrassing moment she'll remember for a very long time. For a moment, it looked as if a video game character had stepped straight into reality. All the customers of this supermarket in Amsterdam were baffled when this towering man, standing over 7 feet tall, walked in, dressed like the fictional character Kratos from the famous God of War series. He emptied the shelves with one sweep of his arms to fill his cart, and kept lifting it like it weighed nothing. His massive presence made everyone around him appear small by comparison. But this was no fictional character that had come to life. This was Olivier Richter's, a YouTuber and bodybuilder known as the Dutch Giant. This man's behavior outside a restaurant in Las Vegas was truly strange. He kept moving with a disturbing smile on his face, and it looked like he was under the influence of something. The person recording later shared another disturbing detail about him. Just moments before this, the man had gone inside the restaurant, walking in the same odd way. But instead of ordering food, he'd grabbed something from the trash can and walked right out. That is why the recorder followed him, curious to see what he would do next. But his behavior only got more unsettling. Poor anger management, mixed with poor awareness, looks something like this. She walked up to the doorstep to deliver a parcel, but her lack of spatial awareness caused her to scrape her arm against the wall. Instead of brushing it off, the parcel paid the price. The woman tossed the box and even took her anger out on the plant. This unexpected outburst caused a huge disturbance in a Florida bakery. In the middle of the bakery, a man began yelling in frustration. He kept saying that women constantly judged him for his short height. He even shouted about how women could openly call him out on dating apps.
Degrade women, why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
What made this scene even more confusing is that no one in the bakery had actually said anything to him. His insecurity seemed to run so deep that he believed women were smirking at him everywhere he went. Do you think his behavior was justified or misplaced?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that up? Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal. I know.
In 2017, a racist woman took the spotlight for all the wrong reasons inside a Walmart in Centerton, Arkansas. The woman recording this, Eva Hicks, had politely asked her to step aside in the pharmacy aisle so she could grab her medicine. Instead of moving, the woman lashed out, telling Hicks to go back to Mexico. Hicks, a Mexican-American who had lived in the US for over 30 years, was deeply offended by her remarks. A staff member soon arrived to handle the situation and told her to leave. Walmart later confirmed the woman was banned from all their stores.
I said, excuse me.
Go back, wherever you're from.
I said, excuse me. Don't be rude.
You're the one that's rude.
No, I said,
yes,
excuse me. I'm trying to buy something.
You're in America.
So?
You're in America.
So what?
That's none of your business. Stay out of it.
I don't need to stay out of it.
I said, excuse me.
For everybody to hear.
You are very rude.
No, you're the one that's rude.
I said, excuse me, because I'm trying to grab my medicine.
You told me, you know what you told me, and I ain't
Yes,
gonna put up with it.
I said, if you don't like me, I'm sorry.
Just go on. Just go on.
No, ma'am. Okay. I'm going to have to ask you to leave, ma'am. This is inappropriate.
It's not my fault. She started it.
I did not do anything. I said,
you're going to make her leave, too?
A customer recording this outrageous scene inside a Walmart in Kansas on the 17th of April, 2023. The man began smashing entire cases of beer in front of stunned customers. As he was targeting the merchandise, police finally arrived and escorted him out. Dustin D. Kane. Kane was arrested and booked on charges of criminal damage to property, felony battery. Here's a mysterious video from a store in Arizona that remains unresolved to this day. At first, the man in the footage appears to be shopping like normal. Then, it seems like something startled him. He started looking up like somewhere was there, yet nothing showed up on camera. Within just a few seconds, he got so frightened by whatever he was seeing that fear eventually overwhelmed him. The man ended up needing medical help, but even till this day, no one knows what he had seen. At Walmart, one worker took racism to the next level. The video shows her targeting a dark-skinned customer, and she kept getting ruder by the minute. She accused him of treating Walmart like a playground, claiming he was only there to fool around instead of buying anything. But her accusations had no proof, which is why no one else backed her up. Instead of stopping, she only doubled down, making her comments more extreme as the minutes passed. The clip spread quickly online, and viewers everywhere were left hoping this employee was fired for good. In this wild clip, a simple night out turned into a full-blown food battle. A woman and her husband got so annoyed by a nearby table celebrating a birthday that they did the unthinkable. They started hurling food across the restaurant, but those on the receiving end weren't about to let that slide. They answered back with the same intensity, and the result was pure chaos. Watch this again. In the end, the couple didn't just get kicked out. Their outrageous actions were caught on camera and shared online for the whole world to see. Floating man. People at Hyundai Beach in South Korea couldn't believe what they were seeing. A person dressed all in black slowly lifted off the sand and kept rising higher and higher above the crowd. Everyone below stopped to watch, staring up and pulling out their phones. It looked completely unreal, but it was actually a Korean influencer showing off the lifting power of an industrial-strength electromagnet. The science behind it was real, but seeing someone float above a beach in broad daylight still feels impossible to explain. Frozen figures. A tourist walking through a busy shopping arcade in Malaga, Spain, was left shocked when he noticed something off. Everyone around him was moving, talking, going about their day, but two men in the middle of the square were standing motionless. One in a brown blazer, clutching a folder, the other in a black suit with a rolling suitcase at his side. Both had phones pressed to their ears, frozen mid-step like time had stopped for them. Then they shifted into a different pose. People slowed down, stared, and some pulled out their phones. Nobody could explain how two men just stood there, locked in place, while the rest of the world kept moving. Street dancer. Most people walk past street performers without a second glance, but this guy made that impossible. In Shinjuku, Tokyo, a young man in a wide grey hat and patterned outfit dropped into a low squat and started moving in ways that made people stop mid-step. His arms rolled slowly while his body stayed perfectly controlled. Then he sank all the way to the ground, legs spread wide, upper body rippling like water. A few seconds later, he was back on his feet, gliding across the pavement like gravity had slightly less hold on him. Street magician. Recently, a man visiting Covent Garden in London pulled out his phone when he noticed a crowd gathering around a street magician. The performer, tall with long blonde hair and a dark feathered jacket, had a young man lying flat in the air, a small table draped in blue velvet. He lifted him, tilted her sideways, and moved his hand beneath him to convince the audience that there was no support, and he just stayed there, horizontal, suspended with nothing holding her up. The crowd around him applauded in surprise. Foot portrait. A young man sat on a bench along Las Ramblas in Barcelona, drawing a portrait with his feet. His shoes were off and his toes were holding a pencil, not scribbles. A full, detailed face, shaded hair, soft features, all produced by the careful movement of his toes across the paper. His portfolio on the ground showed more of them, each one cleaner than most people manage with their hands. Card trick.
You want to help? Take one out. Don't let me see it, but let everybody else see it. You all see it? Put it back where you go.
On a busy pedestrian strip in Nashville, Tennessee, a street magician in all black had about 50 people gathered around him on a warm evening. He asked a woman to pick a card, remember it, then watched her face as he tore it clean in half right in front of her. Then he tore it again, pieces in both hands. He closed his fist, said something to the crowd, picked one from the pack of cards, and showed it to the woman, and she was left shocked because it was the same card she had picked before.
Look, I did your card. Look, I put it back here. If I do that one move, see, I now have the clean right there.
Floating phone. In a public square in Tianjin, China, a young street performer set his phone flat on the ground and stepped back. A small crowd had gathered, a kid, a couple, a few passers-by, all watching quietly. He hovered his hand over the phone, then slowly raised it. The phone first tilted and then rose with it, clean off the ground, drifting upward like it weighed nothing at all, following his palm as he lifted his arm higher. The onlooker's jaw dropped. When one of them shared the clip on Instagram, the viewers brushed it off as a staged trick. Sky jump roper. A clip posted last week from a skate park in Scottsdale, Arizona, went completely viral, and it's easy to see why. Two men lifted a third onto a skateboard, swung the jump rope underneath him, and launched him straight into the air. What happened next, nobody expected. He soared well above the treetops, jump rope still spinning in his hands, pulling off tricks high above everyone below. But the viewers online brushed it off as an edited video. What do you think? Strange book reader. A student passing through CCTV City Books in China noticed a student sitting quietly at the reading counter, a book open in front of him. But instead of reaching down to turn the pages, he was moving his fingers in slow, deliberate gestures just above the book. Suddenly, a page turned on its own. He looked at the person filming in anger, as if giving a warning to stop recording. He lowered his camera and quickly came out of the store. Magic trick.
Oh my God!
A couple was heading home after dinner in Las Vegas when a man in a suit stopped them on the pavement. It was Imad the magician, and he asked the man to turn on his phone's flashlight. Then he appeared to pluck the glow from the light, put it into his mouth, and place it back onto the phone's flashlight. His partner stepped back, her hand over her mouth in shock, and they all left laughing. Flying figure. A man was out for an evening walk near a residential high-rise district in Chengdu, China, when something dark caught his eye above the buildings. A figure was drifting through the overcast sky, moving with a slow, deliberate steadiness that no bird or drone matched. It had an unmistakably human shape. No wings, no engine noise, nothing. It just kept moving through the gray clouds until it disappeared, leaving him with no explanation for what he had just seen. Curious, he shared the clip on YouTube, where one of the commenters suggested that it might be a skydiver making rounds in the sky. Paper ignition. For weeks, rumors had been spreading among students in China about an elderly monk who was said to possess unexplained abilities. Curious to find out if the rumors were true, a group of students traveled to meet him. During the demonstration, two students held a plain sheet of paper flat between their hands while the monk leaned toward it. Without touching the paper, he strangely moved his fingers. Moments later, a dark burn mark began to appear right in the center of the sheet. Now the students were convinced that the rumors were true. Mysterious forest man. One evening, a man was looking for his lost dog in the nearby woods in Pennsylvania when he came across something that left him shocked. Deep among the bare trees, a figure was sitting cross-legged in mid-air, hovering silently above the forest floor. No sound, no movement, just stillness. The man kept filming, hands shaking, not knowing whether to step closer or run. Whatever was happening in those woods that evening, it didn't look like anything a normal person could do. Floating monk. A man walking through a cobblestone square in Rome stopped to film what looked like a covered statue draped in dark purple cloth, resting above a circle of flowers. Then the cloth dropped. Underneath was a man dressed head to toe in bright orange robes, seated cross-legged in the air, one hand resting calmly on a wooden staff. His legs were folded, his eyes cast downward, and his feet were completely off the ground. The crowd gathered fast, necks craning, trying to find something holding him up. Whatever it was, nobody standing there could see it. Statue Man. One Sunday in Covent Garden, London, a tourist stopped to film what looked like a life-size silver statue of a construction worker, painted from head to boot, hovering above a small silver platform with a shovel at his side. Then it moved. The figure slowly bent forward until his entire body was horizontal, face pointing straight at the ground, still floating. Then it straightened back up. The crowd stood there with their jaws dropped, trying to figure out where the support was, but nobody could find it. Red light act. When the light turned red on a busy intersection in Barranquilla, Colombia, drivers expected to wait. What they didn't expect was a young man in a black jersey stretching a tightrope across the crossing and stepping onto it. He walked barefoot with his arms spread wide, balanced a spinning plate on a stick held between his teeth, kicked his legs mid-air, and landed back on the rope each time. When the light turned green, he rolled up the rope and was gone. Remote control giant.
What a beautiful day we have.
On the 27th of March, 2023, a man walking through the shopping precinct in Ilford, East London, stopped when they spotted a figure that didn't look quite human. It stood well over 7 feet tall, wearing a long brown trench coat, suspenders, white gloves, and a pale blank face with dark goggles and a hat pulled low. Beside it, a man in a lab coat and a futuristic helmet held a wired remote device and appeared to be operating it. Every time he adjusted the controls, the giant turned its head or raised its arms as if he was addressing the public around, but all of it was staged.
Field visit from altered states.
Powder artist. A tourist passing through a busy street in Pune, India, stopped when he noticed a crowd gathering around a young man crouched on the road with nothing but a small metal bowl and colored powder. No brushes, no stencils, no markings on the ground. He just started sweeping his arm low and fast, and the road came alive. Pink, purple, orange, and white streams curled into each other, forming spirals. The whole thing took half a minute, and when he finally stood up, the crowd was left stunned, because what was beneath him looked nothing like something made by hand. Street artist. A man heading out to buy groceries noticed an older man crouched on a roadside pavement in Port of Spain, Trinidad, with a plastic cup of blue paint beside him and no brushes in sight. Using only his bare hands, he moved across small canvases, smearing and pressing with his fingers until detailed faces, animals, and swirling skies appeared out of nowhere. When he finished this piece, he held it up under the streetlights, the paint still wet, as if deciding whether it was worth keeping or selling. This painting looked like it belonged on a wall. The beach canvas. A couple out for a walk along the harbor in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, noticed a young man in an orange shirt sitting alone on the dark sand, working on a large black canvas with both hands propped up in front of him. He had one bucket, 2 brushes, and nothing else. Over the course of 2 minutes, a distorted shape formed on the canvas, and when he turned the canvas upside down, white paint built up stroke by stroke into a face so sharp and detailed it looked like a photograph. By the time he stepped back, a crowd had gathered behind him on the promenade, watching a man turn an empty black square into the photograph of Bruce Lee. Golden statue. At Trafalgar Square in London, a tourist stopped to film what looked like two street performers doing strange things. A gold-painted man stood completely motionless on a wooden platform, dressed as a military officer. Beside him, a woman in a matching gold top with long braided hair was doing the opposite, backbends, spins, dropping to the ground and bouncing back up, laughing the whole time. The crowd grew fast. Then, suddenly, the statue leaned forward and sat on the lap of the girl. But when the girl moved aside, it was still leaning down and sat with its crossed legs without any visible support. Hovering man. A tourist passing through Faneuil Hall Marketplace in Boston pulled out his phone when he spotted something that stopped him cold. A man painted entirely silver skin, clothes, hat, cane, was floating in midair off a single metal pole. Holding a relaxed lean like gravity had simply forgotten about him. Then he slowly spread both arms wide. Then came the part nobody expected. He folded his whole body forward, completely horizontal, face down, suspended in the open air, lifted the hat hovering in the air and put it on his head. If you have any idea how he pulled these moves, write them down in the comments section. The Plague Juggler. Standing on a stack of old leather suitcases outside a shopping promenade in Yokohama, Japan, this figure was hard to look away from. Dressed head to toe in black long coat, corset belt, top hat with a white plague doctor mask covering the face, it barely looked human. In both hands, 4 large golden rings spun and wove around each other in slow, hypnotic patterns. They never dropped, never tangled. The rings seemed to float around the mask like they had their own orbit. Golden Man. At Martin Place in Sydney, Australia, a figure painted completely gold, skin, coat, trousers, boots, a wide straw hat, stood on a silver mat in the middle of the plaza with a golden stick as his only support. Then he started moving slowly, almost mechanically. He shifted his weight onto the staff and lifted both feet clean off the ground, body tilting sideways, suspended mid-air in a pose that looked unreal. He held it, then shifted into another. Each position felt more impossible than the last. Pole Stepper. Late one night near a plaza, Avenida Street in Spain, a guy in sweats started casually stepping up onto the tops of the street bollards like it was nothing. 1 foot, perfect balance, no wobble. His friends couldn't believe it. Each one tried after him and kept slipping off, laughing every time. Nobody could figure out how he made it look so easy. Whatever his secret was, he wasn't sharing it. Juggling Drummer. A man was out running errands on Calmea in Madrid when the sound of drumming stopped me cold. A man in all black was playing a massive copper drum kit, and he wasn't just drumming. He was throwing his sticks into the air mid-beat, catching them without missing a single hit. Youngsters gathered around with balloons in hand, mouths open. His beat echoed through the whole street, and the whole street turned into his audience, looking at him in surprise. Human Tower. On the 10th of June, 2016, a man was passing through Place de la Comédie in Montpellier, France, on a hot afternoon when a massive crowd pulled me in. 3 acrobats in neon shorts were stacking themselves on top of each other, reaching what looked like 4 men high in the open air. Then the top man stretched out completely flat, held up by just one man's hands below. The crowd screamed. I stood there with my phone shaking, genuinely not believing what I was seeing. But when they reached near the ground, they jumped onto the ground safely. Frozen Cyclist. A tourist walking through Washington Square Park in New York was left shocked when he saw this strange moment. A man in a full tweed suit, frozen solid on a yellow bicycle. His tie was stiff in the air, hands locked on the handlebars, not a single muscle moving. Locals were passing around and staring at him as if they had not seen anything like this before. Everything around him was moving except him. It looked as if time had paused on him alone. Catch the Stick. 2 Chinese friends were exploring a night festival in Los Angeles when one of them stepped into a Catch the Sticks booth, a spinning ring dropping rods at random speeds under a pink evening sky. His friend pulled out the phone, expecting a failure, but it never came. Every single stick that dropped, he he caught. His every move was perfect, as if he had done a lot of practice to perform it. Perfect balance. A woman passing through an open-air evening event in People's Square, Shanghai, caught something that didn't look real at first. A performer in grey trousers balanced his entire body horizontally on nothing but a small tripod stand, holding it with his teeth. Arms spread wide, body completely flat in the air, not a single tremor. Dozens of people stood watching in silence, phones raised. When this video was shared online, the viewers were also left stunned. Frameless bike. This clip, posted on Instagram back in 2025, out of Memphis, Tennessee, left viewers stunned. A young guy was riding down the street on a bicycle, but there was no frame, no handlebars, no seat, just 3 bare wheels rolling side by side, and he was standing on the axle, somehow keeping them together and moving from one to the other. Wall runner. One Saturday, 2 sisters were spending the afternoon along the Seine riverbank in Paris when one of them spotted a tall stone embankment wall and decided to try to climb it. 4 attempts, she slid back down every time. On the 5th run, she hit the wall at full speed, legs pumping, fingers catching the top edge just enough to pull herself over, and finally, he did it. Bowl spinner. As the sun set over the lake, a crowd gathered along the waterfront promenade in Constance, Germany, around a performer lying flat on a small rug. From that position, he somehow kept 6 large bowls spinning at once, balancing them on his feet, his hands, and even his forehead without dropping a single one. The witnesses were sitting cross-legged at the front. No one moved until the performance was over. Floating volunteer.
But 25 years ago,
a street magician performing outside the Royal Exchange in London pulled a volunteer from the crowd and made him float. He lay completely horizontal in midair, held up by nothing visible, his body wrapped in a black cloth with only her head and feet poking out. The magician let go entirely, arms spread wide, and he just stayed there. People watching from the sides leaned in, trying to spot the trick, but there was nothing visible that could support him.
I saw a magician here.
Mind over metal. A group of college students had gathered at Marine Drive in Mumbai when they noticed a man kneeling on the pavement with a pair of glasses lying flat on the ground in front of him. Without touching them or using any visible strings or tools, he slowly hovered his hands above the glasses. To everyone's surprise, the glasses began to move on their own, sliding and spinning across the stone. The crowd watched in complete silence, trying to figure out what was happening. Some laughed nervously, while others stood frozen in disbelief. Money maker. A man was sitting relaxed in a folded chair wearing a black vest in a black vest, in a tent somewhere in Minas Gerais, Brazil. Then someone started filming. He stood up, grabbed a plain sheet of paper, and began tearing it apart with his bare hands, shredding it into small pieces. He threw them into the air, but when they landed on the red dirt floor, every single piece had turned into a banknote. Real money, scattered everywhere.
Agora a mensagem é meu.
Real Superman. A neighbor filming from a driveway in New Jersey thought they were watching a man casually leaning against a car until the vehicle's front wheels suddenly lifted off the ground. Wearing a floral shirt, the man crouched low, slid himself beneath the chassis, and appeared to raise the front end of a full-size sedan into the air. Moments later, he even stood with both hands raised as the car remained suspended overhead, making it look almost weightless. The scene unfolded in broad daylight on a residential basketball court, with no visible cranes or special equipment. Mysterious Rose. A man was standing on Calmare in Madrid, filming the busy street, when something unusual caught his lens. A passerby was walking along the cobblestones when a bunch of red roses slipped from his hand and scattered on the ground. But instead of bending down to pick them up, he simply raised his hand, and the roses lifted themselves off the pavement and flew right back up to his hand. This moment also caught the attention of the girls passing by, and they left laughing in confusion. Later, when he shared the clip on Instagram, a commenter had one word for it: telekinesis. Strange levitation. A man dressed in dark clothing was performing a levitation act on an open grassy field surrounded by trees in Piedmont Park in Atlanta. At first, he held the hands of his two friends and positioned himself as if he were standing cross-legged, seemingly setting up a trick. Then, suddenly, he began to rise into the air. His friends let go of his hands, but he kept getting higher and higher. Other visitors sitting nearby were drawn to the levitation act and quickly pulled out their phones, but when the clip circulated online, viewers brushed it off as a hoax. Floating man. A group of friends was doing some holiday shopping at a mall in Houston, Texas, when they noticed something strange. A guy in a hoodie grabbed a grocery cart, but the strange part was that its entire body was lifted off the ground. He was floating there, parallel to the ground, completely defying gravity. Witnesses were left stunned and grabbed their phones out of their pockets to record this moment. Open discussion. Visitors walking along an ancient stone pathway near the Li River in Guilin, China, were left stunned when they spotted something that seemed to defy gravity. A young woman in a pink top appeared to be floating horizontally against a moss-covered wall. She wasn't climbing or standing on anything visible. Her entire body was stretched out parallel to the ground as if she was suspended in midair. A small crowd gathered to witness the strange sight. As the video spread online, some viewers suggested there might be a hidden harness attached to the wall, while others believed the footage had been rotated to create the illusion. But I would like to know your opinion on it, so write it down in the comments section. If any clip of this video blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to WOW for your weekly dose of weird and wild. Thank you so much for watching.